Hi, it's Michelle from Line Art Studio. This is a little grayscale to colour video. I'm starting with a grayscale image that I put together yesterday actually, and you'll see my colour palette is up in the left hand corner at the top, and we'll jump straight into it. I start to lay down the base colours in the background, some really bright colours for the background. I like them on a colour layer. Each element, the skin, hair, background, has its own layer, and then I add a clipping mask with a colour layer and choose my colours that way. Once I have a solid base, probably about this point, I will drop the layers. So I'll drop each colour layer onto its base layer, if you can understand what I mean. So the colour layer for the background, the colour layer for the skin, the colour layer for the hair. I'll drop them onto each other and keep them still separated so I can work on the individual layers. Painting up the hair now, blending it. I ended up redoing the hair because I didn't like it. It was too painterly compared to the rest of her image. It's a more realistic style, and yeah, I just felt it was it just didn't fit. So it's a bit of a time waster, this bit I should have cut out, but you might as well see my mistakes. I make plenty of them. I change my mind and rehash things. It's the beauty of digital, isn't it? And I don't mind saying I'm a total cheat when it comes to using digital. I worked in traditional for years, and you're too scared to. Here I'm redoing the hair. I just did it straight in colour. I didn't bother going back to grayscale again. I painted traditionally, and you had to be careful and not waste products, and you couldn't go back and just delete something completely and redo it as easily unless you were painting in acrylics and oil. And even then, it was a lot harder process than the awesome tools we have in digital. Just adding highlights. I think hair's really fun to paint. There's so much texture and it's enjoyable. You can see the screen flashing on and off. That's me opening and closing layers. I'm also flipping the canvas. For some reason it doesn't show this in the videos on Procreate, but I do flip the canvas but horizontally just to make sure my anatomy is correct, and it just helps you see any elements that are incorrect, because your eyes used to seeing it one way becomes blaringly obvious when you flip the canvas. I blend the background because it was too sharp. It needed to be pushed back. I did these random little flowers which I got rid of too because they just looked ridiculous. You can see in the skin I've used some of the colours from the background environment. I like to do that because the environment affects everything. It affects the colour of our skin, the light and everything. And our skin is so reflective, it does pick up colour from the environment around it. So I love to use the colours and the environment to add a little bit more. And also the skin itself. Underneath we have veins, they're blue and red, and there's just a lot of different colour in it that makes up our skin tones. So I enjoy bringing all those different colours into my portraits rather than just a basic skin tone, shadow tone, highlight tone. Yeah. I'm redoing the eyebrows too because I wasn't happy with them either. But you can see, you can, going from grayscale to colour, you can put a lot of colour into it. You're not limited at all. And once you get those base down, just start painting over the top as you do when you're working in colour. You can use whatever layer mode that you're used to using. It doesn't matter. It's a really fun process, and it's a great process for people learning. I really, really think it benefits people to work in grayscale first. It really teaches you to see all the values a lot easier than worrying about colour, as well as worrying about the values and lighting and everything else to start off with. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. I know it's not very in depth, but it does show you my process working this way. And I'll have a lot more soon. Sorry, I've just had a lot going on in my life, so I've been a bit slack with doing any videos for you, especially tutorials. So anyway, take care, happy painting, and I'll be back soon with more. See ya.